It's been a while. I just got lazy with YouTube and I really enjoy it, so I don't know why I stepped out of it, but I have a few videos coming up. I have this one, which you can tell by the title is the Inglot10 video, which I'm going to be showing you in a second. I have an America vlog and I also will have an American try on makeup haul thing, so that's 3 videos coming soon when I film them. But it's actually a lovely day. If the lighting changes, I do have a ring light in front of me, but my sun the window is to the right of me, so the sun is beaming in. It's lovely, it's making my highlighter look delicious, but just in case it gets dark or whatever. This is an Inglot10. It is not sponsored, however it is gifted. I know that's an ASI rule or whatever, you have to announce it or something, I don't know, but it's gifted. It's not sponsored, this video. They didn't tell me to do this. I'm doing this at my own accords. So it is 10 years into Inglot opening in Ireland. I think that's what the 10 stands for. I could be completely wrong, but I do know Inglot is older than 10 years old, so I think it's 10 years of Inglot coming into Ireland, which is mad because I finished school 3 or 4 years ago, and like Inglot was peak at that time. Like it was, Inglot makeup had a statement look. If you're from Ireland you probably know it more so. It was like the wing liner with the cut crease. It was just very sharp and dramatic, but everybody got it. Every Debs, everything, you wanted the Inglot eye. It's just mad where like 10 years is very small for a company to make that kind of impact, but I'm not just saying that because I worked with them. I just think it's mad when you actually think it's only been 10 years that they're here. So in the big box, I will show the more exciting thing in a second. I got this jumper, which I've already stained. Just a zip hoodie with Inglot10 and the Inglot10 on the back as well. I'm not showing this at all. It's actually really nice. I don't know where I'll wear it, I will be honest, because it is the thing, but I suppose if they ever ask me to event or anything, I'll be like the best supporter. I've got an Inglot10 bag, which I took one of these. Sorry, Inglot. These are so handy if you can get them in Inglot. I don't know if they sell them. I feel like they sold them before that just said Inglot, they didn't say Inglot10. But if you get these as goodie bags or anything, keep these, especially if you're a makeup artist. They have so much strength in them and they're so like wide when you actually fill your bits in. Like before I got a kit bag, I used to put all my kit into this in little separate bags, and it is so durable to carry stuff. Again, I don't know if you can buy it, but I feel like you could buy it at the time that I got mine, because I just got mine for free for working with them. Also for just taking it, I suppose. One thing I was told by the girls that still working in Inglot, they are delicate, but this spoiler is a pressed pigment eyeshadow. So I find pressed pigment eyeshadows are always more delicate. You kind of can't travel with them as much because they are just pressed pigments. Like there's nothing holding them together as much as like maybe an eyeshadow would be. So this is the box. They even engraved it with Inglot10, which this is going in my studio now to look all fancy. And this is it here. So it came with loads of like iridescent purple worms, and the palette obviously itself. Oh, look at it, so pretty. And since the sun's out, it actually look really nice in the sunlight. So these are the colours. As you can see, I've swatched a few because I couldn't help it. I'll insert a video instead because this is too beautiful not to show you how it actually looks. In my photo I find a lot of them looked just white with like different reflex, but they are noticeably different colours. You have like a white, you have browns, you have rose gold, you have a full up blown pink and blue and green. The two at the top look completely the same, but they're not. This is like a white with a yellow reflex, and the top one is more like a very light rose gold. So they have loads of options. Also this colour is really nice because it's like a grey but like with sparkly green in it and purple. I will give you a little information on the thing. So this is Inglot's third reveal of their new Inglot10 collection. You're the perfect excuse to shake off your, I was gonna say tits there, but that's not what they wrote because that would not be appropriate. Share your palette, hashtag Inglot10. So if you do get an Inglot10 palette, don't forget to hashtag it Inglot10. Inglot is a really good company for sharing, so if you are an aspiring makeup artist, make sure to tag them. If you're wearing even their brow gel or I don't know, gel liner, they're very good with sharing their with supporting their customers. So a little top tip for you. Love Jane Inglot and Team Inglot. Oh, thanks guys. My friend Emma Sheelan Makeup, if you do not follow her, you should, because she is lovely. She said this is one of the best things Inglot's brought out in years, so I have high hopes, Emma. So now that I've zoomed you in and you're probably seeing all my flaws real up close, I'm going to use the Kaylee palette. I don't know which flipping order I'm going to do this in. So I'm going to start with Sacrifice from the Kaylee palette, which is this one here on my blank canvas E10. So I'm just packing this on the outer corner. It's like a purpley eggplant. I've got 6SS brush and maybe Freedom in the Kaylee palette. Yeah, Freedom! And just taking that right along the edges. I had used the P. Louise base underneath, but I do set it on myself because I do face first and I find it creases by the time I get to eyes. Well, that's a bit sketchy looking. And I'm just softening that out with a clean brush because I've kind of realised I fucked up. And then Freedom as well. I feel like this brush isn't holding as much as it normally does. Normally that little E10's really good. It's just hating me today. So I'm just taking the hot pink from the Morphe palette. And I'm putting this on the inner corner. I'm going to go into Oath from the Kaylee palette. And bring that right along the whole way. Because I want this cut crease to be really noticeable. And then just soften it out. This is like a really scratchy brush from Fuchsia. Like it's years old. But it's so good for dark colours. I filmed all this eye and it didn't film. So I'm taking Oath and Sin from the Kaylee palette and I'm going to use that to smoke out my crease. This is just going to help smoke out the liner later on because I find shimmers on their own look like a heap of shite, so they need a bit of liner to give it structure or something. So I'm taking the P. Louise Back to Basics Winter Edition, I think it is, in Vivid Violet, and I'm going to use this as a base. So it is going to change the colours slightly of the Inglot ones, but they don't have a purple shimmer, so I thought if I put a pink and a blue and use a purple base, it'll mix them all together without me having to use a purple glitter, because colour logic. So just take a flat paddle brush and we're going to mash this onto the eyeball. Because I've got pink on the inside, I am going to do pink on the inside. This is the worst blend ever. What? You can use duo glue if you want to stick down glitters. I do that normally, but because it's a loose kind of shimmer, I don't like using glue because it becomes a very strict line. Whereas this kind of gives a softer finish. So I'm going to take the pink one on the front half of my lid and the blue one on the second half. I don't know the names and I'm not bothered to pick them out. These are really pigmented. You don't get to see my initial reaction because it was on this eye obviously, but just a tiny bit goes a long way with them. And they are lovely. These would be really nice if you were running late and you couldn't be arsed with makeup, and just got your finger and walloped it on your eyes. And then go on with the other side of the brush and the blue. I'm gonna pray a bit to the makeup gods and hope that black liner smokes this out and makes it look like it's blended. And the eyeliner on the outer corner because it's gonna smoke into the crease. I'm gonna go in with the green one, this one here, and I'm gonna put that in the front of my waterline just because I want to use another colour. This one is very like 44 Body Sparkles from Inglot, which is really nice. It's like an iridescent green, so you can get loads of uses out of it. In the shade Just Chillin', it is like a white gold inner corner highlight colour. Pop that in there. These are so intense, so I am just using a little bullet brush and then blending it down with the other end of this brush. Gonna wear Essence Get Big Lashes. It's the best mascara ever for not budging, because I'm gonna see Avengers Infinity War tonight and I don't want to cry. Then once I've got mascara on, I'm gonna add Sosumi Milan lashes. They're just really nice and they flick out. So that is the finished look. I've used 4 out of 10. I tried to use loads and it's not the best makeup look, I will admit that, because just too many things went wrong with this eye being nicer and then the camera did not film it because I didn't push record. But I definitely recommend at least picking up one of them. They are stunning and they are so good if you are in this whole glittery eyelids trend where it's just kind of swept across the lid. Definitely pick up, you'll like these. But I like them and I'm sorry for butchering them. And if you're wanting to get your hands on this, I will link below this and the other products I used in the description box as always. So until next time, I will see you later. Bye.